There we go. About to say, what in the world? All right, let's make sure this is working. Make sure the sound is working here. Because you never know. I'm going to be very upset if it's not. Mike. There we go. Okay. All right, just double check and make sure that's working. All right, what's up, guys? Want to come live really quick, Q&A, taking all your questions, comments, whatever. No pod today, so figured this would be like a cool thing to do. There's a lot to talk about, but I didn't feel like there was really enough to have an organized show, if you will. So I thought it'd be cool to just go back to the Daily Crow, do a little Q&A. I'm going to do this a lot more when once we get closer to football season, because right now we're kind of in a dead period. It's all off-season stuff, which is fine, but it makes it to where the call-in shows. I have a lot of plans for this football season. So, like I said, want to come to you guys live, say what's up. Really just as an open forum Q&A thing. No podcast tomorrow. So I'm actually going out of town. So there will be no podcast tomorrow. And there will be no podcast next week at all. So, yeah, sorry for that news, guys, but going on a family beach trip, family vacation. So, yeah, we'll not be able to do the pod next week. There will be no streaming. I'll be posting on social media, obviously posting different stuff on social media, but there will be no podcast next week. So, yeah. Brother. Yeah, there will be no podcast next week at all. So unless something changes, which I don't think is supposed to change at this time, but if something changes, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, like I said, you guys have any questions, comments, anything, feel free. Again, I know there's a lot going on right now in the world. Not so much in the Gamecock world, not a ton. I know guys are starting to get back on campus and stuff like that, which is awesome. New TikToks. I'm sure there will be a few new TikToks. Why not? No, I mean, I'll continue to post on social media, but like I said, I'm just going to be at the beach with family, so not going to be able to record the pod or anything like that, and obviously not going to be able to stream the video game stuff. So, but yeah, no, there'll definitely be social media. We're still doing the countdown to kickoff. We're still doing everything else on social. I might put up some videos and stuff like that, like some quick hitter videos next week, but there just won't be any podcasts. So yeah, but there'll still be content. Trust me. I'm not going to completely shut off the content because I'm going out of town. So you guys know that I don't think I've ever done that. So, or if I have, I don't remember the last time I did it. But yeah, feel free, again, the world, we're in a crazy place right now, man. I don't know if you guys saw it. Literally just dropped on Twitter though. Apparently Jake Fromm saying some stuff. It's just, it's craziness. I mean, Jake Fromm saying some stuff. And yeah, we're in a very interesting place right now in the world as far as what is going on. So, but yeah, like I said, if you guys have any questions, notifications didn't go out. I mean, I don't know how a notification would have went out. It's just posted all over social media. So yeah. And it's also 1:00 on a Thursday. So I didn't expect a huge crowd to jump in here. But yeah, like I said, this is a Q&A thing. So you guys have questions, whether it be Gamecocks, it can be non-Gamecocks related, whatever it may be, feel free. Feel free to ask away. Probably what I'm going to do, I'll give you kind of an inside scoop. Like I said, once we get closer to football season, I know you guys probably saw I was doing the call-in show type thing. I'm going to bring that back. Stop doing it just because, again, we're kind of in a dead period. There's really not a lot to talk about at all from the Gamecock perspective, which is why you guys all tune in. I mean, nationally, there are some things to pull, but with no sports and we're in a dead period, really, with everything, nothing really to talk about. So I thought the call-in show did not have the luster. I think it'll be something that's super, super dope, though, during football season. Obviously, everybody's got their opinions. Everybody's got their questions. The emotions are running high. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm especially wanting to do like post-game call-in shows. I think that'll be super cool to do like post-game shows and stuff like that. But right now just didn't seem like the right time. Just did not seem like the right time to do it. Not a lot going on. So figured hold off on that. I also want to do, I've been looking at different things, guys, like doing a show like that. I've looked into doing like a daily radio show, call-in radio show. There's online radio, whatever, could buy a radio channel. So I want to do stuff like that. I definitely, if nothing else, when we get closer to football season, I want to have a daily call-in show of some type for sure. So, yeah, I definitely want to do that. Definitely want to have like some sort of daily call-in show. No question. I think that'd be really, really cool. Starting receivers week 1. I think Shai, no doubt. I think Leggett, and I think Josh Van are probably your top 3. I know a lot of people ask about Aj Smith. I'm very much wait and see with Aj Smith. He's a guy that, like, I think he has all the talent in the world, but can he be healthy? Will he be healthy? Can he stay healthy? That's going to be the big thing. That's going to be the big question for me is, can he go out there and be healthy? That's the biggest thing. I think, I know, again, a lot of people ask, well, what about Ortre? I mean, I heard last preseason was this is the best he's looked since he's gotten here, and he's in the best shape of his life, and he's healthy, he's ready to go, and then he did nothing. So we'll see. But I think right now you're looking at Shai Smith, Leggett, and Josh Van are your starting receivers. I'm assuming you're going to be in a 3-receiver set or whatever. I mean, I think this is going to be a 2 tight end offense, probably 2 receivers, honestly, most of the time on the field. So, thoughts on Motaba and Jaylen Dickerson? Yeah, I mean, Jaylen just needs to stay healthy. I mean, he's got talent from, I think Muschamp said at one point that Jaylen Dickerson was one of the most talented safeties he's ever coached. And it's just unfortunate for Dickerson that he can't stay on the field. Hopefully he can. Because when you're making comments like that, obviously, I mean, you have to think the kid's got some talent. Motaba, young dude, I think he can make an impact. I mean, I think the good news is we have some experience at linebacker, so he's not going to have to play a ton. But no, I mean, everything we heard, talented kid. Talented kid that should get some snaps, but should be groomed nicely under Ernest Jones and Sherrod Green and some of those veteran guys. Jake Fromm canceled before he even takes a snap. Dude, yeah, it's just crazy. I mean, it's just, yeah, crazy. Absolutely crazy. SEC football too. What's up, man? Appreciate your support. Always commenting on the videos, stuff like that. As you saw, no pod today, so decided to do this little Q&A thing here. Didn't really, honestly, just didn't have a direction for the pod today. Wasn't really a ton to talk about. So I figured I'd just switch it up and do the Q&A. So yeah, so there's that. We will eventually, once things get kind of back normal, we'll get back to normal. So as far as daily shows every single day, but as you guys all know, with everything that's going on in the world, it's been kind of chaotic, which, whatever. But, continue to do the opponent previews. We'll do the position unit previews as well once that wraps up, which will bring us right into SEC Media Days, hopefully, which will then get us into preseason camp. And there we go. Boom. We're off and running. But no, yeah, appreciate you guys tuning in. Do I think Israel will be a first-round pick? I mean, right now, no, I don't think so. He'll need to have a really big year this year. I mean, could he? I don't know. Could he? Maybe. But, we'll have to wait and see. I don't think he's a first-round pick right now. But, again, if he has a big junior year, you never know. He has the intangibles. He has the measurables, you know what I mean? So he has those things. You can't coach a guy to be 6'4" and cover the way he does. I mean, he's just, he's built differently, no doubt. So, I miss the Daily Crow too. I miss doing the Daily Crow period. But like I said, just haven't been doing it as much right now because there's just nothing going on, or there hasn't really been anything going on. So, it'll definitely come back. Like I said, once we get closer to football season, I really want to bring back, having a live daily talk show. I think that'd be really cool. A lot of fun. Because the streaming stuff should wrap up this summer, probably mid-July or so. And then, so that'll free up a lot of time because I'm spending at least an hour or 2 hours every single day doing the streaming stuff. So, let's see. Do you think Luke Doty will start a game this season? That's a great question, man. I think Hilinski let me put it this way. I think Hilinski starts every game. I will say this, though. I think if Colin Hill is fully healthy, I think there's a chance. There's a really great chance Doty redshirts for sure. People are not talking about Colin Hill a lot. He's definitely been injured. So, there's not much you can really say about him. But, no, I think Hilinski, but you never know. With injuries, you never know what could happen. And it really just depends on how Hilinski plays. Listen, I think Hilinski will be better this year. I think we're going to be a run-first offense. I think we're going to be 60-40, running the football. I really do. I think Bobo wants to run the football. That's why you bring in a guy like Marshawn Lloyd. That's why Marshawn Lloyd comes to South Carolina. He came to play and be the starter. And I think that's what's going to happen. But right now, I would have to say I think Hilinski's the guy for all 12 games, unless obviously injuries happen or something else. But no, I think he's the guy. I think he starts all 12 games. But like I said, I think Colin Hill actually factors into it if he's healthy. If he's healthy, I think Colin Hill is probably the number 2 guy just because of the experience, just because of his experience in the Bobo system. I think that really plays into it. So let's see. Yeah. So like I said, any questions you guys have, feel free. Feel free to throw those out there. Do I think Hilinski is underrated by the media? It's tough to say he's underrated because I don't know that he's done enough to be to deserve being rated in any way. I'm not saying he had a bad freshman year by any stretch of the imagination, but I think he's just an unknown commodity right now. I think he's still very unknown. You know what I mean? Especially unknown going into this scheme with Mike Bobo. How is he going to handle that? What is he going to do? I will say this, and I said this about, I'm sure you guys heard on the show when I talked about the Athlon Sports Magazine. I was really surprised how skeptical they were of Ryan Hilinski. Really surprised. Like, they made it very clear that they're not even sure he's the quarterback of the future. And listen, you never know. You never know in college football, but I was a little surprised at how little credit and just how skeptical they were of Ryan Hilinski and what he can do. Any news on Aj Lawson? So Frank Martin said, he said they start workouts June 29th, and he said he expected him to be there. So unless something changes, Lawson's coming back. So good news for Gamecock fans for sure. Yeah, like I said, if Colin Hill's healthy, here's the thing, man. With Colin Hill, he's been in Bobo's system for 3+ years. He knows all the verbiage, the lingo, whatever. He knows the inner workings of the offense. Honestly, man, if he can't push for the starting job with that big of a leg up, then he's just not very good. That should give him a huge, huge advantage. Now, I think it'd be insane. I just think it would be so crazy if we come out week 1 and Colin Hill's the starter. I think that would be absolutely nuts. Do you see Ryan testing the draft before his senior year? You never know. That's the thing. Could he? He'd have to have a monster year. He'd have to perform on the field first. So, if he balls out, sure. But, you got to do that first. Do you think Jordan Burch will make an immediate impact on our defense, or do you think it will take a year or two? Well, the good news is that we have depth on the defensive front. So I don't think they're going to be asking, everything of him necessarily. I think he'll make an impact. I don't think he's going to be an impact player necessarily. Like, I don't think he's going to be, I don't think he's going to have an All-American type campaign his first year. I think he'll have a solid year. You never know. I think he'll have a solid year, though. I think that, again, they're not going to ask a ton from him, which is good. We have other talented veteran guys in the front 7 that, they're not going to have to put it all on Jordan Burch, which is a good thing. You don't want to depend on freshmen to be making plays. But listen, he's a 5-star guy, number 1 player in the state. He needs to have a big impact year for South Carolina. And I think he'll have an impact, like I said, but I don't know that, he's going to be all SEC or anything as a true freshman. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, but no, he'll definitely get better as he goes and have a more involved role in the defense as he goes for sure. Colin Hill knows the Mike Bobo offense better than anyone on the team because he played in a Mike Bobo color. Yeah, no, I mean, definitely. That's what I'm saying. I mean, and like I said, if Colin Hill can at least take the number 2 spot, you know what I mean? And you already know the scheme, like that just tells me that Colin Hill is just not a very good quarterback. I mean, or he's just that hurt. You know what I mean? You should be able to take the number 2 spot. At least take the number 2 spot just from your knowledge of the offense and, knowing exactly what Bobo wants out of his system. But yeah, no, I think Jordan Burch will have a good year. I think Jordan Burch will have a solid year. Like I said, I think he's in a good spot because he's going to be able to adjust to the game. Even for a guy like Jordan Burch, there are adjustments you have to make. So, do you think the women's basketball team could compete in the national championship this season? Yeah. Yes. Is Dawn Staley still the head coach? Yes. It's going to be yes every year until she's gone. So. Shai Smith. Yeah, Shai Smith. Dude, I think that's one of the biggest storylines of the season that nobody's really talking about is Shai Smith ready to be a number 1 guy? Because, hey, listen, as much as I like Shai Smith, as much as I think he's a deep threat, and as much as I think that he is a playmaker, I mean, he's never really had a breakout year. He's made some nice plays for South Carolina, no question. He's made some nice plays, but Shai Smith has never really had that breakout season. So, with Brian Edwards, you could see it. With Brian Edwards, you could see it. Like it felt like at times he was the number 1 guy, even when Debo was there. But is Shai Smith ready to take on that number 1 receiver role? Does Shai Smith hit 1,000 receiving yards this season? You know what I mean? Like, does Shai Smith hit 1,000? Is he ready to be that guy? You know what I mean? Like I said, I think Shai Smith's got a ton of talent, but I think that's a big question mark nobody's talking about is he ready to evolve and get in that number 1 role and be the number 1 guy for South Carolina? They absolutely need him to be, obviously. So, I mean, he's got the talent. He's got the speed, the quickness. I think it's interesting, though, for the Gamecocks that they really don't have, that big-bodied guy this year. I guess like a Wyman could be that guy. They don't have that, like that Brian Edwards built type of receiver this year. So not saying it's a bunch of small dudes, but I'm just saying like a lot more quickness, agility on the outside, I feel like, than years past. So I have Mike Wyman and Shai Smith being the best. Yeah, well, that's bold, I guess. Wyman, the true freshman. I think Leggett is very underrated. I think Leggett slept on. I think Leggett has slept on a little bit. I think he'll be a good player. I think he could be a playmaker for us. So, but no, I mean, yeah, listen, the wide receiver position, we all know unfortunately, it's a weakness this year. We're going to have guys step up. Going to have young guys. I mean, that's one of the biggest keys this season is having young guys step up at the skill positions. I mean, running back, we all know Marshawn Lloyd, need him to have a big year. Wyman, Rico Powers on the outside. You're going to need those guys to play immediately and play good football. So I think the Georgia quarterback is very overrated. People have him being a top 3 quarterback in the SEC. Well, it's interesting you say that. Excuse me, because Athlon, crazy enough, Athlon has Jamie Newman, who's the Georgia quarterback, Jamie Newman as the preseason All-SEC first-team QB, believe it or not. Crazy. Dude has not played a snap. Dude has not played a snap in the SEC, and they have him preseason All-SEC first team. I thought that was insane. Like, dude hadn't played a snap in the conference yet. I mean, what it's just nuts. Really nuts. So, I mean, do I think Newman could be good? Yeah, but he's an unknown commodity as well. So, yeah. So, anyways, I think this year in the East is very interesting. I know there's a lot of love for Florida right now. Everybody's picking Florida. Florida's the sexy pick to win the East, no question. Florida's the sexy pick. Anyways, yeah, appreciate you guys tuning in. Any questions, comments you have, feel free to leave them. It can be Gamecocks related, not Gamecocks related, sports related, not sports related, whatever. So whatever you guys want to talk about. Do you think they'll bring back the Garnet script helmets this year? I don't know. That's a great question. I'll be honest, man, personally, I'm not like a huge fan of the script. It's okay. I don't mind it as an alternate. I don't want to see it every week. I really don't. I think they're honestly though, I'll say no because I think they're pretty set on these throwback uniforms. I think the throwbacks are going to become the defaults. So I think they're pretty damn set on the throwback uniforms. Which South Carolina NFL rookie is going to have the best production? I think Kinlaw. It's definitely going to be Kinlaw. Going to San Francisco, they're already loaded on the defensive line. He's in the best position of any South Carolina rookie, no question. He is in by far the best position possible. Kinlaw is going to ball out this year. All around, I watched Tait, Polinsky, and Newman about the same, but Newman is a great scrambler. Yeah, dual threat. I mean, that's a big thing. Being dual threat is a big thing. So, it is what it is, but that really helps. That really helps when you can scramble and get a first down. Kinlaw, easy defensive rookie of the year. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Like I said, he's in a great position. He's in a great position in San Francisco, bro. It's, he's going to be set up to have a very good career in the NFL. How do you feel about Rod Wilson's return? I mean, I love it. I mean, I love getting former Gamecocks in there. You know what I mean? Like I'm a huge fan, huge fan of it. So I'd love to see more former Gamecocks get on staff or get back around the program. You know what I mean? It's great to have your guys in there, dudes that wore the garnet and black, that understand, the culture, that understand, what being a Gamecock is all about. I think it's awesome. I think it's really good. So I'm a big fan of it. Big fan of it. By the way, if you guys didn't know, tonight, 10 o'clock, what is it called? Is it the CBSI? Anyways, Colin Burgess, Gamecock catcher, is playing tonight on ESPN2. The CSBI, Collegiate Summer Baseball Invitational. The game is tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern, ESPN2, and Colin Burgess is on the team that's playing. So live baseball on TV, and we got a Gamecock involved, a current Gamecock. That's awesome. So I'm definitely going to be tuned in. Just to let you guys know, if you want some nighttime baseball to watch, you want to watch a Gamecock ball out, I think it'll be a really good time. Would you rather have us suck this year and fire Will, or be decent at 6-6 and keep? I mean, I don't think he should be kept at 6-6, to be honest with you. I mean, I talked about this literally on the show. Assuming you go 6-6 and probably you're 3-5 in the SEC. Let's assume your six wins more than likely would be in the SEC, at Kentucky, Vandy, and Missouri at home, and then your non-conference wins would be App State, ECU, Coastal, and Wofford. Is that enough to keep him? And I say no. I say it's not. I think 6-6 though is the worst case scenario because there's so much gray area there. I'm this is how I feel. I either want to go 4-8 or 8-4. Let's leave no doubt. Either we're going in the right direction or we're not. Leave no doubt. And I know that's, life doesn't work that way. Whatever happens is going to happen. But I just want it to be easy. I don't want to have to 6-6 and us go back and forth. And, oh, my God, should he stay? Should he go? Blah, 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 whatever. I don't think 6-6 is good enough to keep him. I don't think it should. But I have also changed up and said I think they will most likely keep him at 6-6 because of the pandemic and how everything's been hit because of it. I think they will spin it and do everything they can to keep him after a 6-6 year, no doubt. Is Deebo Samuel going to have more than 1,000 receiving yards this year? I'm going to say yes. I think there's a good chance. I'm going to say yes. I think he's a main weapon for the Niners for sure. Yeah, Deebo's the real deal, man. What are chances Coach Boom gets fired in your eyes? Well, if you go 5-7 or worse, it should be 110%. So, but I mean, it's Ray Tanner we're talking about. So I don't know, I don't know. I just think they're going to try to use the pandemic and everything that's happened as an excuse because, the financials. And I get it. You got to pay his buyout. Plus, you got to pay another head coach to come in. That's the biggest thing. So, but make it happen, man. The school has money. You're going to play football this fall. You're going to get TV money. Make it happen. Make it happen. 6-6 or 7-5 is my prediction. I've got 5-7. I could see 6-6, but I've got 5-7 right now. I say fire Tanner. He has been a horrible AD, and Tanner will blame the virus for a bad year. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what he said. Like I said, I just don't think you can go 5-7 or worse and bring Muschamp back and expect to have any fan support whatsoever. I think the fan base will quit on you to a degree if you do that. If Muschamp gets fired, do you see the whole coaching staff gone? Yes, absolutely. Yes. Debo's the clear number 1 for the Niners. Yeah, I think Debo's the dude, man. Debo's a real deal. Remember, Tanner does not have the stones to fire anyone. Yeah, I mean, I think Tanner is just such a coach's guy because he's been a coach. He doesn't want to fire people. Even with Holbrook, even with Holbrook, it wasn't he fired him. Holbrook resigned. You know what I mean? So, I just don't. I don't know. So. Yeah, SEC football too. Appreciate you, man, for real. Thank you so much. I'll be sure to check out the video you upload. But no, appreciate the support, brother. Appreciate it. If the NCAA tournament for women's continue, who do you think South Carolina would match up with? If that would have continued, I'd probably Oregon. And it's the matchup I know we all wish we could have seen. You know what I mean? It's the matchup we all wish we could have seen for sure. Jury is still out on Kingston and Frank. Definitely Kingston. Frank is more like – I've said it 100 times. I like Frank. Think he's a really good coach. What are the yearly expectations? What are they? Do you expect to make the tournament? And if you don't, fine. But like at some point, like going into year 9, if you miss the tournament this year with the team you're going to have coming back, I mean, come on, really? Like somebody has to be held accountable for it if you miss the tournament again. So. We'll see. I mean, like I said, it should be – there's no excuse not to make the tournament this year is what I'm trying to say. There's absolutely none. No excuse. You see Kirby Smart fired if he can't get the ring with all his great talent. I know he wouldn't be fired next year with the next – I mean, yeah, I think if in the next 4 to 5 years they don't win the national title, he's probably looking for a new job, yeah. Because I don't think Georgia has patience. I really don't. I don't think they have patience and – I mean, really think about it. With all the talent they have and all the talent he's bringing in, if they don't win the national title in the next 4 to 5 years, I think Georgia fans will be fed up. So I definitely think Georgia fans will be fed up. So, yeah, women's sports are definitely carrying the school right now, man. There's no question. Women's sports are carrying the load right now. So, yeah, Dawn Staley doing work on the recruiting trail. Listen, as long as Dawn Staley is our head coach, we have nothing to worry about. Literally nothing. We are good as far as I am concerned. Dawn is going to get everybody right. We are going to be just fine if Dawn Staley, with Dawn Staley. As long as she's there, we're going to be just fine. We're going to be good. If Steve Spurrier stayed for another 10 years, do you think South Carolina wins the SEC championship at least once? Well, here's the problem. I think the problem is, I mean, think about the reason that he resigned or that, whatever, is he knew the game, how the game had evolved, and it evolved in the sense of like, you have to recruit, and that's not his game. So no, I don't. I mean, here's the thing. I don't know how much better it would have gotten just because like, would he have ever changed his ways and recruited? I mean, I don't think there's any evidence to tell you that he would have. So, and as unfortunate as that is, but no, I think he just realized that to be a really successful college football coach, you have to recruit. So, yep. So, but that's going to do it for me, guys. Just like I said, want to do like a quick Q&A thing. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll have some more content dropping later in the day, but really do appreciate you guys tuning in. A lot of fun. I promise we will do these more often. I think it's good to just do Q&A, get you guys questions. Obviously, even though we're in the middle of kind of the dead period, like I said, there's still stuff to talk about. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Have a fantastic weekend, a week next week. Obviously, no pods again, no streaming, anything like that, but I'll be on social media. The content will continue to roll on, but really do appreciate you guys' support. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks so much. We will talk to you guys soon. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your day.